What's up, grinders? Welcome back to the channel. So the other day I was on YouTube watching this Chinese girl pull off these fucking masterful robot moves. She's like fucking blah, 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 with her head type of thing. It was bloody batshit insane good. But anyway, while I was watching that, I was recommended this video right here called Learning 7 Languages Until I'm Fluent, Episode 1. And I thought, by God, I'm going to do a react to that. Because if this is some guy attempting to learn 7 languages at once, I want to watch him unravel. Now, this is going to go one of two ways. This is Episode 1, dropped 1 day ago. This is the pilot episode, okay? If he doesn't get enough interest, then obviously the season's going to be cancelled because, well, the amount of investment for 7 languages at once would be fucking insane. So we're going to check this out. I'm assuming it's going to be a one-off. You know, we're all going to enjoy the moment and then move on type of thing. But you never know. Maybe this is going to be one of those 20-year-long sagas where they have to swap out the actor halfway through just to fucking get through the series. But yeah, let's see. Got to sped up a bit.
Yo, I have a question.
What's going on?
Dude, do you think I can learn 7 languages?
Wait. Okay, he's like, do you think I can learn 7 languages? I feel like I'm already being clickbaited. This is like over a lifetime or at once? I'm looking for the at once. Learning 7 languages until I'm fluent. Okay, maybe I misunderstood that. I don't know. What was your first impression when you read that title? Was your first impression that he's going to try this at 7 languages at once, or is it going to be like 7, it's basically the difference between asynchronous and synchronous, you know? Anyway, let's see. I'm overthinking this.
Are you fucking crazy?
I'm so sick of language learning apps that just don't seem to work, which is why I've set out on a journey to learn 7 languages using science to
Okay, what languages was that?
sick of language learning apps that just don't seem to work, which is why I've set out on a journey to learn 7 languages.
I've already got issues with this. This is nothing like the thumbnail. Bruh, what's going on with this thumbnail? You got freaking Chinese in there, North Korean, and we're coming in here, we got South Korea. I don't see no fucking Chinese unless the pride flag is China. Maybe.
Using science to see what works and what doesn't. My name's Yama, and I'm just the average American. I wasn't born speaking 5 languages like some other countries, I'm too poor to afford tutors or to travel abroad, and even my friends don't seem to want to help me out.
Пошел, домой. Пошел нахуй.
The point is, the techniques I'll be
Was that correct? Was there like some type of in-joke within that little clip that I didn't understand?
implementing in this series are strategies that anyone can use to learn languages faster. For this first episode, I've decided that I want to test a strategy that a lot of the so-called professionals on YouTube like to use.
Oh, okay, so the professionals we're going to be learning from is Selma. Okay, cool.
And that is the comprehensible input approach, which is just fancy talk for less yapping and more listening. Who would have known?
How polyglots look at you when they say listening instead
I
of
have 3 languages at 3 different levels that I want to learn. And
Wait. You have 3 languages at 3 different levels that you want to learn. I saw your thumbnails. So you've got what? You got here French, Russian, and Mexican, which is basically just Spanish. What am I saying? It is Spanish, for fuck's sake. Although it's like weird. Anyway, so we've got like you teaching freaking Russian down here, my man. If you're teaching Russian, you shouldn't. Unless you're like at a really high level and you're still learning. Okay. What do we got? We got how it feels to learn Russian, how it feels to learn French. Okay, so yeah, we're getting more and more clickbaited the deeper we go in.
in this episode, I'll be using audio from podcasts, YouTube videos, and movies, and then let you guys know what is effective and what's not.
Okay, what's he searching for? I really want to see what he's searching for. I can't tell what that is.
If you've explored any form of language
I want to zoom in on his like subscriptions there off to the left.
learning on YouTube, you've probably come across this term called the comprehensible input approach. Popularized by my granddad, Stephen Krashen, the theory goes that if you listen to audio that you can kind of understand, but maybe you don't grasp every single word, you will still learn your languages faster. This falls under the umbrella term he calls language acquisition, which he differentiates from language learning.
I fucking hate that differentiation. The reason I hate it is because it's a bad word. So acquisition, what is acquisition meant to be in the grand scheme of things, okay? It's the point at which you have, okay, so what they say is you've acquired the language of you've acquired the structures, the words, whatever, okay? And what they literally mean by that is you're able to just instinctively understand it and automatically use it, you know, deploy it type of thing. To me, that's a terrible word, acquisition, because acquisition implies that you have picked something up and you have it in your hands. And learning is a process by which you go forward. And the reason I hate this is because so many people say, oh, you can't learn a language, you have to acquire it. Okay. Which is complete bullshit, because learning is a process which results in acquisition at the end. So if you look at this as like a freaking staircase, okay, as you walk up this staircase, you get better and better at this. When you hit the top, that's when you've got to the point where it's automated. You can instinctively understand. It's like when you're writing a fucking piece of code, okay. When you start programming, you can't say, oh, has he acquired programming yet? No, he hasn't. He's learning. Oh, well, then he's never going to acquire programming. That's why I hate it, because it's like with programming. You practice, you learn, and then eventually it becomes automated, where you could be sitting there typing out shit while having a conversation with your mate. Trust me, I do that type of stuff. It's not the best code in the world, but it works, you know? But like, I feel like it's a terrible word selection, and it leads to a lot of misunderstanding between people who think that learning and acquisition are not compatible.
By saying that acquisition is what leads to real competence and eventually fluency.
See, acquisition is what leads to real competence. But how do you get to acquisition? You get there via learning. Okay. Now you can learn through a myriad of methods. You could learn by just listening and, waiting out for the patterns, trying to recognize the patterns. And then eventually, as you recognize the patterns, you pick up on that and you basically automate that, your understanding of it. And it's the same thing if you're using fucking Anki and you're practicing it over and over, you basically get to the point where it's automated.
According to this nerd, following his guidelines can increase the rate at which you learn languages up to 5 times. I don't know, man. Seems a little too good to be true.
If you want your son to learn 7 languages, send him 2-3 years comprehensible input and forget.
3 years.
So yeah, YouTube has always been my favorite way to just like consume content and like get language exposure without actually having to travel to another country. Oh yeah, here's a quick pro tip. So like there's this option on YouTube where you can like create multiple accounts. So
oh my god, this is the most basic of pro tips.
over here, I have like...
Okay, this is obviously the most basic one for me. Oh, okay, so where's the 7 languages, my man? You've only got Chinese as an additional. This is 4 languages. They should be learning 4 languages until I'm fluent.
Spanish, Russian, French, Chinese, and then a chess one. This is all under...
Unless chess is a language. The language of love.
One channel is just to differentiate which videos I can see on my feed. So here on my Spanish channel, I just have a bunch of videos in Spanish that it recommends me. My feed is just kind of cooked. I have like a salsa tutorials, and then like a bunch of random videos from like Spanish with Nate, who's the GOAT, by the way. This guy eating hot dogs in Chile or something, and then some like AI generated ones. I kind of want to watch this one about TikTok, something, blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna go watch that real quick.
He has his microphone attached to a fork. I'm pointing that out because I've noticed more and more YouTubers doing that. Is that like a cool thing? Should I be attaching shit to a fork?
So it's clear that listening can significantly increase how fast you learn a language. But how can we make input even more effective? Well, a study done in 2017 on adults who were learning Spanish found that comprehension rose by about 14% after the participants re-listened to the same dialogue. And after re-listening to the same audio for a 3rd time, comprehension increased by about 9.3%. So what does this tell us? Well, not only is input very important for improving your language learning ability, but re-listening to the same audio 2, even 3 times can significantly increase the rate at which you learn languages.
And the funny thing is, a lot of people in the ALG community, they don't like that idea. Now, I'm not saying this is the belief of the community or anything like that, but I've seen a lot of people say you shouldn't re-listen to the same thing over and over. That's against ALG. And I'm like, it makes no sense because, well, for one, I don't think it actually is. And 2, re-listening, of course, helps because you pick up on things you missed out on before.
Putting this into practice, it can be very...
It's also the same with any other skill, okay? You rewatch a video about fucking programming, you're gonna pick up on stuff you missed the first time.
Very useful to rewatch your favorite YouTube videos, movies, TV shows, etc., even if you've already seen them before. Here are some of my favorite YouTube channels that I use to personally improve my Russian, French, and Spanish. Don't be afraid to pause the video here. Yama, not everyone has time to sit around and watch movies all day. That's a fair point, and thank you for bringing that up. Let's say you're actually employed and don't have time to sit around and watch movies all day. What can you do? A great...
Wait, was that the... I've got to go back. Is that the same girl I was watching?
Time to sit around and watch movies all day. That's a fair point, and thank you for bringing that up. Let's say you're actually employed and don't have...
Okay, sorry guys, this is critical. I need to know. No, she doesn't have the leg tattoo. So the girl I've been watching, she's got this sick-ass leg tattoo.
Have time to sit around and watch movies all day. What can you do? A great alternative is actually podcasts and music, which you can do when you're commuting, working out, going to the grocery store, gooning, whatever it is.
I'm still not getting 7 languages. Where the hell's the 7 languages?
Сейчас я потерялся где-то в лесу. Не знаю, уже как час уже гуляю. Но я подумал, что пока я здесь, давай я послушаю чуть-чуть подкаста, может быть, даже и музыки.
He actually sounds pretty good there, but then again, I don't speak that language.
На испанском или на французском, чтобы чуть-чуть подточить. Давай я сейчас прогуляюсь и сообщу, как пройдет. Давай, пойдем со мной.
I don't know why, but he actually looks Russian to me. He's got like that sharp type of facial structure.
It's been like an hour and I'm still lost. It's great.
Have you found the 7 languages? Sorry, I'm just gonna keep harping on about this. I'm feeling so clickbaited right now.
I don't think the podcasts are helping. I think it's just my pessimistic side that's getting the best of me.
I know podcasts aren't for everyone, even me. I personally don't love them, even though I listen to them a lot and I have a love-hate relationship with them. You can't deny that they're not an easy way to increase the amount of language input you're receiving throughout the day, because what really matters at the end is volume.
I don't know, I'm seeing this. I'm gonna piss off so many people, okay? So, you see him here, and he climbs over the tree, and he says, I don't know why I didn't go under it. There's a certain language method, I'm not gonna mention names or anything, that's kind of like climbing over the tree, when you could just go under it.
I don't know if you can see, but all my pants and clothes are fucking dirty now. That's the price of being monkey.
What's the price of 7 languages?
A random Wednesday morning at 10.
On the edge of the Gulf of Alaska.
You know, like they're just like gone somewhere. I think I'm that friend. What was supposed to take like 1 hour as a side quest ended up being about 3 hours. But you know,
Although I personally wouldn't
Is this literally just watch podcasts, bro? Is that what this entire thing is? Like, watch podcasts and repeat? God, I gotta finish this off.
say that listening is as effective as listening and watching content, I still think that listening is a great way to AFK farm language learning. And science seems to back up the fact that podcasts can be great for learning languages. A study done on 49 college students found that those who listen to podcasts for even just 1 hour per week in another language saw significant improvements in their skills by the end of the year. And it wasn't just their listening skills that increased, but also their pronunciation of the language.
Man, these YouTube video, like, titles and thumbnails shit, they're just getting out of hand. They've got no relation with the actual goddamn content. Okay, I'm gonna go to the summary.
So the conclusion that I'm drawing from this video is that listening is in fact incredible at increasing your ability to learn languages. Content in other languages is readily apparent all over the internet, which is why I would highly recommend that you increase the amount of content you consume via listening and inputs.
Yeah, well, my takeaway from this video is that I've been completely clickbaited. I was expecting a declaration of learning 7 languages. Okay, like, I'm gonna learn them either at once, you know, freaking asynchronously or synchronously, I don't care. 7 languages. That's what I clicked on. That's what the thumbnail showed me. Not fucking listen to podcasts and listen to them again, bro. Fucking hell, what's the comment section? If the comment section's not cool. If you want your son to learn 7 languages, send him 2 to 3 years comprehensible input and forget. Golden. Okay. What I found out by my own experience, bro remembered his password. Guess who is back? How is no one pointing out that there was no 7 languages? Okay, I'm done. It's all good. It's all good. A shit video, don't recommend you watch. Fucking Mr. Life of Yama, bro. That is the most serious clickbait I've seen in a while. In a fucking language learning video. What? There must be something. Like, do you even have 7 languages? What's going on? Okay, Instagram. It's fucking... Okay. There's nothing. There's nothing. Where's the 7 languages? I was 100% fucking clickbaited. And you know what? All you guys were clickbaited as well. Well, maybe not. Maybe I'll name this thing a little bit better. Fuck this shit. Anyway, if you've enjoyed my random critique, which was just me bitching about the lack of 7 languages here, I ain't gonna make another video tonight. Let me know down in the comment section below. Sub to the video or the channel. Could you sub? Imagine doing that, just subbing to one video. It's like, nah, I want to sub to this video, but I don't want to see. Okay, I'm just rambling right now. I'll see you all in the next fucking video. Get out of here. Elmo, fucking you stink, bro. When you go to the gym, you gotta have a shower when you get back.